I need to free my mind. Sometimes I get real high. Sometimes I want to lose control. Sometimes the beat touch my soul. Sometimes I want to raise my hand. Sometimes I want to do my dance. Sometimes I want to lose control. Sometimes the beat touch my soul. Sometimes.
Welcome to the 2019 Geneva International Motor Show. We are here on the McLaren stand, and I am very excited to say that we are standing next to the absolutely incredible, the unbelievable, the brand new Speedtail. Now this is a big impact car. We're talking speeds of no less than 250 miles per hour, acceleration of 0 to 186 in, wait for it, 12.8 to say that joining me here is the design director for McLaren, Rob Melville. Rob, so many questions to ask about this car. We are so excited. Yep. Where to start? I suppose let's kick off with, what was the design brief for you? Where did the inspiration for this car come from?
Okay, so the brief was to create the world's first three-seater Hyper-GT, so a McLaren Grand Tourer. That meant we had to design a car that meant you could cover great distances at speed in supreme luxury with luggage for all three occupants. Yeah. But actually during that process, we were guided by three key phrases. The first of which was sleek and seamless, second bold elegance, and the third formal dynamic. And that's really crafted the interior and exterior look and feel of the whole car.
Formal dynamic. Yes. What does that even mean, Rob?
It means a tailored but dynamic look. So as GTs in other brands have that sort of like 0070 look and feel. For us, we wanted to keep that speed of McLaren, that dynamism, the proportions that look as though it's doing 200 miles an hour or 250 miles an hour even when it stood still. But with,
I must say, look incredibly sleek. It looks like it's crying out to be driven, so we can't wait for that to happen. But should we talk through, should we walk through the car? Because there are so many fantastic key features. I tell you what, I'm going to get you to stand on this side, and then and hopefully we can see the car in the background. Where should we kick off?
I think the story starts at the front. So first of all, when the car pierces the air, how do you start guiding the air around the car? So first up is a very teardrop-like shape in the front corner. Yeah. And the static wheel cover. This is all to keep the air attached to the car down the side of the car.
Can we just talk about this? Sorry, yeah. You're just brushing over things that this static wheel cover, it looks incredible. I mean, it's almost carbon fibre.
Yeah, the material here, so it's carbon fibre with a titanium deposition. So it's an ultra-thin layer of titanium is deposited on the carbon. This is really more for a visual effect. It gives this incredible incandescent look, as you said, and you can actually get this optioned on the whole body. So it looks sensational. Yeah.
I'm just going to, because what's so brilliant about it is that you can really see the weave of the carbon fibre. It really highlights it.
Like a suit.
And
it's like a tailored suit. You can really see the fabric.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure it'd be that comfy wearing a tailored suit in that though.
Not in that, no. You can get and then the next feature.
Oh.
Yeah, so
wait. This is my moment. You mean, hang on a minute, what car comes with a remote like this? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey.
Your door cameras. So the idea behind the door cameras, obviously with this mission of sleek and seamless, we didn't want regular door mirrors. These were old hat. So this camera system allows you to get great rearward visibility, but at the same time you can fold them back in to decrease drag again and achieve this
I'll just
speed
show that one more time.
Yeah.
I've basically just been standing on the stand all day pressing this button. So they are effectively your wing mirrors, but there's cameras inside to show you the image.
It's displayed on two screens, one on each side, just at the base of the A-pillar. Yeah.
Who came up with that idea?
A team effort. Everything here is a team effort. Yeah. But it's
He's
true.
so modest.
You know, as a team across the board, that's the thing that makes McLaren so special.
Yeah.
With this other, but all with a view of achieving the ultimate.
And we're talking about the insane, design when it comes to the aerodynamics, but the acceleration, which we mentioned at the very beginning, is this ridiculous speed of 0 seconds. I mean, it's insane. How much of an impact on the acceleration in the aero would something like wing mirrors have? How much of a gain are you getting by, having that to the design?
The first frontal area, you need to have minimal frontal area, so less drag or less front-facing surface area going in trying to make its way through the air. So the teardrop shape, the reason car, but all these smaller details like the door cameras, it's all marginal gains. It's like athletics. Once you look in to try and win in every opportunity around the car, and it all adds up. Yeah.
Okay, now let's take this. This is my favourite part as well. Opening up the door, because obviously the first thing that everyone says, well, it's a three-seater. Clearly this is going to be a successor to the F1. It's not an official successor to the F1, but there are clearly influences like the three seats.
So clear influences, as you can see, central driving position, and the reason we felt this was appropriate for this McLaren Hyper Grand Tourer was it's just a sensational experience. When you sat in that central position, the view of the road you have, the driving experience is like nothing else. But apart from that, it's very, very different in its mission to the F1. The F1 was about road and track, many ways similar to the P1. A supreme luxury for 3 occupants.
You got to take a look inside, because it really is absolutely spectacular. I mean, the way that instrument cluster sort of wraps around the driver. I mean, how it must feel to sit in that driving seat. Have you had the opportunity, Rob? Have you sat in the drive?
Yeah, sat in the driver's seat. We've driven the mule car around the streets of Woking and Windsor, and you get quite an interesting reaction when people see you sat in the middle of the car.
But how? Because obviously, I've never driven a car where you sit in the middle. Does it help you line the car up in the centre of the road, or is it slightly off-putting because you're so used to driving on one side?
It feels completely natural. That's the thing that strikes you. You jump in the car, you're not worried about whether you left or right-hand drive. So if you go cross-continental driving, different countries, different sides of the road, it just feels completely natural. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to experiencing that, Rob. Yeah. Sort
cool.
me out. Yeah. Right. Okay. So what are we on to next? Oh, actually, you did mention, because from above you can see this incredible teardrop design. Now, I have been told that apparently the teardrop is the most naturally aerodynamic shape. Is that true, or is that just?
If you've been told it must be true. But it is, and that's why when you look at the car in plan shape, you can see the teardrop volumes through the front corners, also in side view with the cabin. And again, if you took a section through the car, through here, with the diffuser, everything all comes towards this very thin blade that defines the trailing edge of the body. And that is why it works so well, and that's why we can hit these incredible performance statistics or figures.
And it's incredibly long, the car. I mean, 5.2 metres.
Yeah.
Again, is that just all about the aerodynamics? What was the influence behind making it such a long car?
Well, through the natural shape of the body, as you were alluding to there with the teardrop, that you can design in the aerodynamic performance, and it really is advantageous. As you get up to the higher speeds, it needs the length to decrease that base pressure across the rear, which is effectively create low drag. So there's no getting away from it. You know, the laws of aerodynamics don't change, but our ability to understand it. We use all our F1 software to help us produce and understand.
And just again, the attention to detail. Let's look at the top of this teardrop. Talk me through. Obviously, you know, we've got. I'm going to really eloquently call them the little holes.
Well, okay. So this is the rear engine cover. The blade you see down the middle is the high-mounted stoplight, so the brake light.
For it to go on the back?
Well,
no.
Not as interesting as this. So we felt this just looked really, really strong. And it picks out and highlights the fact that it's a central driving position. Then either side, yeah, you have the holes that fade out, and we've got this kind of fade out pattern to create the feeling of movement, even on the graphics. And the same with the paint effect. You can see there's this sort of velocity paint effect. It goes from solid black, and as it comes down the rear, it fades into the titanium deposited carbon. So everything is about creating the feeling of speed and movement.
Absolutely stunning. I hope it is being captured on camera, but seeing it, you know, up close, in real life, it is just beautiful. Let's talk about what's under the covers then, because a big talking point that was announced this morning, this is a hybrid car. It's running, well, a battery that is half the weight of the P1, but double the power. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, no, very impressive. So it's a parallel hybrid system. So as the name says and suggests, both the internal combustion engine and the electrical side of the system are working in harmony together to produce the power and deploy the power as required. So now it produces 1070 PS of power and 1150 Newton meters of torque. So yeah, it gives you a bit of a kick.
Unbelievable. And then finally, I think we're going to have to step down so that you guys and our lovely cameraman Ross can get a great shot from here, because the car really does look beautiful from this angle. The ailerons. Oh, this is my moment. I'm getting out my remote control one more time. Check it out, guys. 1, 2, 3. Boom.
This is a really innovative feature. It's something you would see, in fact, you would only see on sort of NASA concept aircraft proposals. It's and we've brought it straight to a production car. The idea here is we have this huge single rear piece, this piece of bodywork, and into that piece of bodywork, this carbon fibre panel, we've fully integrated the aerodynamics, or the active aero. So this feature is called, they're called ailerons, straight off aircraft, and as you step up in the top, you can see we literally flex the panel to create the extra downforce and the stability required at these really high speeds.
Wow, okay. That is quite incredible to have that as a benefit. Again, I guess there's not much downforce on this car, but these are the sort of the points. Let's just do it one more time.
Yeah.
And at what speed do they come up?
They deploy, I think, around about 150 mark, but TBC, they won't hold me to that one. But the idea is, and the function of them is to add this stability on the rear, because obviously as you're getting up towards 250 miles an hour, it's about just creating enough downforce, but not too much. You don't want to have any more drag than what you need, and that's the key. And here you can really see that very thin trailing edge of bodywork and the ultra-high diffuser. And as you look down into the diffuser, it stretches all the way forwards, right to the back of the two passengers. So incredible views through the car as well as over the car.
It really is. I must say, I think standing at the rear is my favourite view of the car. At this point, you can really see how the aerodynamics come into play, and ultimately why it's called the Speedtail.
Exactly. Yeah, the name says everything. It really symbolises proportion of the car, the long tail, but also it's all about speed. It's all about that acceleration. Yeah.
Well, Rob, Melville, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Massive congratulations, and we look forward to taking it for a test drive.
Thank you.
Guys and girls, that is the McLaren Speedtail. Thank you for watching.
I need to free my mind. Sometimes I get real high. Sometimes I want to lose control. Sometimes the beat touch my soul. Sometimes I want to raise my hand. Sometimes I want to do my dance. Sometimes I want to lose control. Sometimes the beat touch my soul. Sometimes.